Hello there, mommies, muses, and moguls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into my videos and supporting my content. I very much appreciate it. Before we get into everything, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe just so I know it's real. In today's video, I'll be showing you all the beginning phases of just me transitioning my model slash client slash best friend's chemical and heat damaged hair. And we're gonna just take our time a little bit at a time and just nurture her hair back to health, get it chemical free. So this won't be the last you see of her because we got a lot of work to do. And I plan to show you all the entire process. So this is just what it looks like right at the beginning. She had relaxed her hair previously and was trying to grow it out, but she wasn't really maintaining it well, so it's a bit neglected. So before I got into the blow dry, of course, I gave her a super bomb shampoo using our Corinne Diem collection Silk Elite system, of course, and she got a good steam treatment. And now I'm just getting into the blow dry. And so I just want to talk about the proper way to blow dry heat damaged hair. So if you're familiar with heat damage, you realize that the texture on the older hair is much different than the texture of the new growth, which causes tons of tangling and snagging and things. So what I'm doing here is stretching the new growth to make it match as closely as it can the rest of the ends. That's my son. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm back. So right here, you'll just see me going over exactly what we plan to do with styling her hair, how I'm going to treat her hair and cut it so that it begins to grow the way that we want it to look overall. So we're pretty much pre-planning the future. It's going to take months and months and months to get there, but we are working on how we're going to get what she has right now to match how she would like it to look in the future. So we're just getting into that. So now I'm going to start her haircut, which honestly won't be anything dramatic because what I'm really wanting to do is leave as much as her hair that she has on her head. So what I'm doing is pretty much just cleaning up what has to go and then blending what's left over, because she has a lot of shorter areas from where she, either overheated or it broke or she cut it trying to undo things. She was just doing the most. So I am going to do my best to just get it in a good neutral state. As you can see, her roots are so thick. Her hair is very, very, very dense. So once we get all the chemically damaged hair off, what you'll start to see over time is her hair on the ends will be as full and dense and thick as it is in the roots. That's our plan. That's what I'm hoping for. So now I'm going to get right into the silk out. You already know, 1 pass, low heat, tons of protection. I don't play. I don't care if it's damaged already. I'm going to do my best to baby her hair back to life. But she's still, it's going to be very much bone straight. So I'm going to start talking now because everything else is pretty much self-explanatory up until we get into the haircut. So like I said, I'll let you guys just sit back, relax, and watch. And I'll be back later to talk about a little bit more things closer to the end of the video. So this is the finished product of me silking her out. So if you could see, even though it's on the unhealthy side, her hair is still beaming like glass. That's that good blow dry. That's that good blow dry prep. That's that good product. So now I'm just sectioning for her haircut. I'm pretty much doing really simple sectioning because her haircut is gonna be pretty much a glorified trim, because I'll be working off the lengths that she has to create the shape overall at the end of her haircut. And you'll see what I'm saying if that makes no sense to you. So what's happening now is I'm just doing some 0 degree cutting right now to just define her baseline. That's gonna tell me the length of her hair and where her hair will like live in general. So I'm doing it this way because I'm pretty much going to where her hair is the fullest on the bottom. That's going to give it the healthiest look, the silkiest lay. It's going to give it body and bounce and shine without trying so hard. If you hear my son, I'm sorry, his cartoon stopped. Anyway, cutting it at 0 degrees makes it look as thick as it possibly can. Now, she has no issues with density, but her ends are very, very broken. So I need to create the fullness again so we get the definition. And now I'm just gonna do a little bit of graduation to build some weight down at the bottom, because her interior hair is much shorter than her exterior hair. And that's from regular ponytails. That's from detangling improperly, not hydrating properly. There's like a lot of things. So she has a lot of what I like to call friction damage in the interior of her hair. So what I'm going to do is use those lengths to create her new length so that it's not too short for her. She could still wear it in a nice wrap without feeling self-conscious. A lot of us, well, I won't say a lot of us, myself, I don't really care about having long hair. I just love that my hair looks healthy and it has body and it has shine and it looks good. Like, that's all I care about. But I understand a lot of people, length matters. So what I'm trying to do is just save as much as her length as possible, even though we are considering a nice little choppy chop for the big 3-0, which is coming soon for her. So we're just playing around with it to see what we can get before then. So I'm just going to show her that I can get her hair the ideal health, ideal length, ideal behavior. So yeah, well, I'm just going to play it out. Let you guys finish watching, keep blending. Now I'm gonna layer her interior to match. Oh, this part is important too. Okay, so here you can see me, because she has very, what we call weak sides, I'm using what's called the tension release method by just tucking those hairs behind her ear. That gives it a little bit more length without any harsh lines. So what happens a lot around the ear is we either create holes or we leave it way too long, and that's because we either don't use enough tension or we use too much tension. So just pulling it behind the ear a little bit, it'll give it a nice natural fall, and it won't leave that little hole that we always get right there. So if you don't do that, start doing that now. You can do that with your blunt cuts anytime you just want to get very much precision about the ear space, especially when you're working with weakened length and damaged hair. Because again, you want a nice balance of keeping the length and trimming off the damage. Okay, and now I'm really going to shut up and y'all can just finish watching me blend the length from the top to the bottom. So basically this is the final result for her silk out and trim. So let me just talk about something you may have seen. So you'll see areas in her haircut where they're not perfectly blended, and that's because the areas that were far too short, I just trimmed them up and left them unblended so that we wouldn't have to cut her hair a little shorter. And sometimes you have to do that when you're transitioning because it's the client's request. They don't want all their hair gone. So sometimes you can't perfect things. You just have to make do. Also, we ended up adding a couple of tracks and switching the part, and that's that. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.